What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode of DIY Ranch, where everything is DIY. This is a very gloomy post-tropical storm fallout day. We got probably 3 or 4 inches of rain yesterday, possibly more. I'm completely guessing that. What are we doing today? We're going to be putting some trim on the shed. So stay tuned and see how we walk through that process. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe, hit like, share with your friends and family. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. All right, guys, so what I've got here is my 1x4s. These are 10 foot long, pressure treated. They're gonna really hold up to the elements, especially once we get some good stain on them. It's just gonna add that really nice touch to the shed that it needs. I decided to go with a Varathane dark walnut. I'm going to be using this applicator for stain. Make it quick and easy, go on smooth. Just dunk it right in there. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I want to make it effective. Alright, so with these darker color stains, it's very important to stir it. The color, the pigment of the stain likes to settle on the bottom, and if you don't stir it, you can get a very watered down version of the stain, and then as you get deeper into the gallon, lo and behold, you have completely unmatching colors. Once you finish that, I'm going to show you guys a little trick that I learned in my 7th grade woodshop class. Whenever you get a gallon or a quart or something, if you take a screw or a nail, you just poke a couple holes in this little lip where the top sits. Any stain or paint that gets in that will drip back down into the gallon while you're working. And then when it comes time to put the lid back on, there won't be such a mess. Let's see, I don't know if you can see on the camera how thick that is towards the bottom. That's just from scraping the bottom. I'm gonna probably make a mess doing this, but I want to pour it into a smaller container because I wouldn't doubt that I'm gonna spill. Yep. Put the lid back on it, keep it over here, completely out of harm's way. Process can be rinse and repeat for the most part. Dip it in the stain. Really just get it on. Completely coat the entire piece. And then do one last wipe to get any excess. Turn it on its side. Do the edges. I'll just do this 18 more times, or 17 more times. Good to go. Alrighty guys, so what you just saw was me putting the trim on the corners. Very, very basic. Whoa, whoa. Dang. It's like, yeah. It's like a hummingbird-sized horsefly. Anyways, what you saw me doing right here was putting a trim on the corners. Very basic. I measured from the bottom of the rafter to the bottom of the T111 panels. I cornered them, got them nailed up. They look great. As far as the door goes here, I did a basic barn style trim job. Went to the height of the jamb. I left a 1/2 inch reveal. Very simple, very ergonomic, which brings me to the next step, which is the windows. I'll go over a little bit of detail how I'm going to do the windows, seeing how they weren't made for trim because they already come with this 2-inch trim around the window. So I wanted to clean it up, make it look nice, make it match the rest of the shed. So what I'm going to be doing is I took some of the pressure treated 1x4 and I ripped them down to 1/2 inch thick strips. What we're going to do is once we make our trim for the outer top and bottom edge, we're going to run this alongside the edge so it'll actually give it kind of like a hollow space on the inside, so it'll sit flush with this raised portion. Let me get a closer look so you can see what I'm talking about here. I'll do a little visualization for you. This will go like so, and then the trim will come on like so. And what that does is that allows the trim to sit flat, flush, and look A1. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me on another episode. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, like this video if you enjoyed what you saw. We got all the trim up around the door, we got all 3 windows done, and all 4 corners as well. The only thing left is to go around and do a little bit of touch up, but not a big deal. And lastly, I'm gonna trim around the garage door in the back. Smash subscribe, hit that like button if you haven't yet. Share it with your friends and family. I greatly appreciate it. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks.